So guys, now let's talk about the CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. CSS itself is not a programming language, but it's a styling language. It is used to style the elements of HTML, like giving it the colors, giving the sizes, giving the fonts, names, and etc. So this is our previously written HTML code in the HTML basics video. Now I will show you the output, and this is the output. You can see I have added one just line, another paragraph. So what we're going to do is we are going to add some colors and changes some font types to this text. So let's say this paragraph, let me remove this one. So this h1 tag is the today's news, which is bigger in size. Let's say I want to add a color. To do that, you need to add an attribute name called style. Style is equals to, and then you need to select what property you want to add. I want to add color, and what you want to do is you need to put the colon and you need to give the color. As you can see, my Visual Studio already identified the attribute color, and it has giving me hints for these colors. I can choose any color, let's say blue. Okay, this Visual Studio already picked up the color picker also. If I want to add another attribute, I need to say semicolon, and I want to say font family. Font family is equals to Helvetica. So what I did is I added the color blue and set the font family to Helvetica. Now if I refresh the page, you can see the font color has changed, and now font is also changed. It's changed to Helvetica and blue color. So this is one way of adding the stylings to the HTML, but this is very bad way of adding the style element, because if you want to add to every element, you cannot put the in the tag itself. It's very bad practice as a web developer. So what you're going to do is you want to say style, and then you can add the same code here. What you want to say is you want to say selector, this h1 represents the h1 in the body. So I want to select the h1 and I want to apply this stylings to this element. So let's say color again, let's say green this time. So if I refresh this, you can see the color has changed to green. So this is somewhat good practice than adding inside the tag, and this is called inline CSS. And what you're going to do is I'm going to show you another method, that is adding CSS from an external CSS file. So to do that, let's create a new file, say temp.css. So in this CSS file you can add the CSS code. So let me copy this one, let me cut this and paste it in here. Okay, let me change the color to green, to something other than green. So let's say red. So I can remove this style tag here. So if you want to apply these stylings only to this particular page, you can just add the style tag here and you can write only stylings for this page, or else you can write in separate file. So let me refresh this page. So we have got the black color only. The red color did not apply because we did not refer this CSS file in our HTML file. So to refer this CSS file, we want to say link tag. Using the link tag, you need to say rel is equals to style sheet. And what you're going to do is you want to define the type. You want to say type is equal to either text file or a CSS file. Now I want to say href is equals to the path to this temp.css. Since this HTML file and the temp.css are in the same folder, I can just refer to as temp.css. So now I can close this link tag. Now if I refresh this page, I can see this is the red color because our CSS file has been linked in our HTML file, and when browser loading, it will grab the CSS file from this CSS code from this temp.css file. So this is the best way of adding the CSS file. This is called external CSS because we are importing the CSS from the external file. So why you need to add an extra file means, if you want to modify the CSS code for say 10 or 20 HTML files, you can simply modify it in here and then you can just link to the every other HTML file. So it's very easy. There are 20 HTML files, you want to change the color from red to green, you can just simply change this red to green. That's it. You don't need to go into every HTML file and change it. So this is the best way you can use. So another thing I want to go to show is, I want to change only this lorem ipsum paragraph. So for that I can define a ID. ID is a ID1. So why we want to add the ID means, to refer only particular this paragraph, you can say ID1. So using this ID1, you can just apply the styling only for this particular paragraph. So what you want to do is, you need to put the hash symbol and say ID1. So whenever it encounters hash, then this ID1, the elements with this ID1 tags are applied with this styling. Okay, let me show you. Color is equals to say green. Okay, green, right? Now all the elements in our HTML file with this ID gets the color green. So let me refresh this. You can see the paragraph changes from black to green. And there is also another method, that is class. You can assign a class name, say class 1, and you can change particular these methods, these element data to this styling. Let me show you. It works similar way. I want to say dot class 1 and I want to say color is equals to brown. Okay, now the brown will be applied to the elements of this class. You can see this is simple paragraph, this turned into brown color. So in this way you can add these stylings. And I forgot to say one tag in the HTML, that is the div tag. This div tag is like block selector. So if you want to define particular block of paragraphs, you can just add the div tag between them. Then you can just give the ID is equals to ID1. Let me delete this. Okay, now I have this block selector. So this div points to this block and has the ID ID1. Since our ID tag contains green, this entire block elements will turn into green. Let me refresh this page. As you can see, all these elements have turned to green because this is a block level selector. And if we add some styling to this block, it will apply to all the tags in that block. So you can check it with body also. Since body is also a tag, we just say color is equals to red. So let me delete this. So if I refresh this, you can see all the text has been turned to red, and except this div block, because we are separately mentioning that the div block element should get the green color. So that's why except the div block elements, everything turned to red. So another way to add colors is you can just choose the RGB color picker also. So I selected pink. So you can add this hexadecimal value into your CSS code. If I say body instead of red, so this Visual Studio Code automatically identified the pink color. So if I just refresh this, you can see all the elements are turned to pink. So this is one way of adding. I recommend this method because you can select so many shades of single color with this hex values. So you can also choose this one, RGB of red comma green comma blue, and you can say RGB of this comma this in a brackets. That will also work. And this CMYK colors, it's not that much needed. You can just, I mainly use this CMYK colors in Adobe Illustrator while making cardboards. And if you want to add some huge saturations, we can also add this, but RGB is mostly used in the web development, and these other colors will be used in some illustrations like cardboards and other Illustrator or softwares are like those. Okay, you can, I think that's all for this video, guys. I have told almost this. Okay, I did not show the font family, maybe I have shown you that. Okay, you can also change, there are so many properties you can change: color, background color, font family. Okay, I will show you the background color. You can see when I type the BSE, the Visual Studio Code has been telling me to the methods which are available with starting BSE. I say background color is equals to, let's say, corner silk, because it's light in color. Okay, now if I refresh this page, you can see the background color has been changed. So there are ton of properties, you can just Google them and you can just apply it to your need. So I think that's all for this video, guys. I hope you have understood this CSS. This CSS I have told you just the basic, and when pen testing perspective, this CSS is not that much important. Even though if someone hides a text in white color, we generally use the source code to view the code, right? That's why this CSS is not that much value from pen testing perspective, but you need to know the basics. That's why I told you the CSS basics.